Welcome to Super Sherry Brothers Podcast. This is episode 107. It is October 27th, October 26th, 2022. Did you see the end of Game of Thrones?
And it's Mom too.
Well, I didn't say it was me.
Oh,
We don't do introductions now until later. So,
but I just have to comment on that intro music. Did you put a little extra bass in there?
no.
Oh, I was getting down.
So Mom got new headphones on.
Oh,
so,
is that it? The new headphones?
Clearly, she's
so I
hear
had
better,
the
I
Ricky
guess.
Tickety Tockety headphones.
You better watch out. That kind of sounds racist.
The what?
Ricky Tickety Tockety. That sounds almost.
Oh, come on.
Hold on. You know, hey, look, if they can cancel Kanye, they can cancel anyone.
Kanye cancels Kanye.
Maybe, or maybe it was the
Kanye cancels
the
Kanye.
you know who's.
The what? I can't hear with these headphones.
It's okay. You can't hear me. Good. Take one ear off. That'll
Okay,
help.
I get it.
Yeah, take one ear off. Also turn your phone
And
off.
turn your
so it's
phone
not-
off.
Oh, that's my phone?
I
Yeah,
thought
see, the one day we don't have cameras.
I
Okay.
know, right?
But did you see Game of Thrones, the last
I
episode?
did not. I did.
Okay. I won't spoil anything for you.
Don't.
How are you liking this Game of Thrones series versus the last one?
Oh, it's not comparable. I
What do you
mean,
mean?
the first one was just amazing. I mean, the storyline, everything. This is a good storyline too. It's just,
I think I like this one a little. I'm enjoying this one better.
Are you really?
When I watched the first one, I was sick in bed. It was right before I left for Japan. I was sick in bed, in your bed.
Oh.
And HBO was just having like a marathon because I guess season 4 or something just ended. And so they just playing them all. So I watched them like a movie. It was just like one after another.
Must have
and
been
after-
really sick.
And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then I watched the whole thing again because I met Kuanika and she had never seen Game of Thrones. And I'm like, I never finished Game of Thrones, so let's just start over.
Okay.
Right? So we watched Game of Thrones and I realized the show, it's I wouldn't say it's slow, but the way they tell the story is very, I mean, lots of stuff happens, but there are also a lot of episodes
There are a lot of episodes.
and a lot of things going on.
A lot of things going
I
on.
kind of like this newer season. I'm having more fun watching it because it moves much faster.
Well, yeah, they know nobody's gonna sit and watch all those episodes.
No, I think because the books that it's based on are like
Faster books.
No, they're like history books. Like if you were to read a history, like a high school history book, and it's like George Washington did this, and blah 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 blah, and one page of civil rights, and then one page of,
Right.
of women's suffrage, and then you get like 80 pages of World War II, something like that. It's kind of like the books these are based on are those, so they're just like filling in all the blanks and stuff.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know. I really like this one. It feels okay. The feeling I have at the end of season 1 of Game of Thrones, where spoiler, I don't want to spoil season 1 of Game of Thrones, but
somebody didn't see it by now.
no, that's not fair. Okay, somebody may not have seen it by now. But at the end of season 1 of Game of Thrones, the first series, a big character dies. I think a character everyone liked gets beheaded. Right, and then it's like it's on. We're like it's time to get down. We're gonna kill people. This show, I felt that way like 2 or 3 or 4 episodes in. Like it's tense, it's drama.
Yeah,
know?
it was a lot of drama.
Because a lot of the first part of season 1 of the first series was like Downton Abbey, but
But you have
incest.
to intro everybody. You have to get into the story. You can't just go smash, bam, bang. Thank
I
you.
know, but this new series does. It introduces
Because it's
everyone,
already
and then
been
it's smash, bang,
introduced.
boom.
You already know what's going on.
No, we don't.
Yes, you do.
How?
You have some background, some history. Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but this is a history of the history. So I mean, yeah, we have a taste for what the taste of the show is. We know what we've been to this restaurant before.
Yeah, it's
just
like world history, #1 series. And then the #2 is like American history. It's a spinoff.
Well, it's a prequel.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you already know there is history.
Yeah, okay, I got that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
So
this new
it's
series,
like you said, it's filling in, it's making it nice, yeah. But it's not like, oh, this is new and wonderful.
I didn't say that.
But that's what the first one was, and you have to give details to set up everything. You know?
I get that.
Yeah.
But this one,
They
since it's a
did it like this is the story. They weren't like, oh, we're gonna do this story, and then we'll do a prequel, and then we'll do it. It's like this is.
Can you stop yelling into my mic, please?
This is this.
Now you got to talk into your mic. No one's gonna hear you if you whisper. You got to balance.
This is the story.
Okay. All right. I'm just moving my microphone away from you.
Well, I mean, that's it. They didn't do it with a prequel in mind or an offshoot in mind. It's like we have to tell this great story. I mean, the book was there, but they wanted to tell that great story.
Yeah, that's not what I was saying.
I know what you're saying. This was faster, didn't linger, didn't get all gushy into the details, and things happen. Okay.
No, they do get gushy in details.
I think so too.
Yeah, but it's faster.
Okay. Maybe just like what's happening more.
Oh, you don't like there's too many women in this
I
show.
thought it was suspenseful, the first one, because it would walk you through the story and you don't know what's coming. And like, I don't want to spoil anything, but special things that would happen and killings and stuff. You're like,
Yeah, okay.
ah! Yeah.
Yeah, but the things you're talking about don't happen until season 2 and on.
It's
really.
okay, yeah.
I mean, really, none of that happens until
But
the
that's
last
okay.
episode. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
Okay.
Anyway,
But I
go
haven't
watch-
seen the end yet.
Yeah, go watch it.
It's on HBO, right?
It's yes.
I get confused. It's too many streaming channels.
We have a lot of them.
Speaking of which, I sent you something about Netflix.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
You told me it was nothing.
Okay. Netflix will allow you to move your profiles from one account to another.
Right.
That's
And to
essentially
me, when I read that, I'm like, so what? Big boop, right? But I think they're setting this up because, their big issue is that people are using other people's profiles and they're not getting paid for those, customers. So I think they're kind of giving a little hidden meaning warning sign.
No, I think this is a very specific, narrow group of people they're targeting here.
Okay,
This
but I
is
think
for
they're
the-
sending it to everyone because we don't do that. We don't cheat.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this is targeting that problem, but not in the way you're thinking.
They're
of it. You're
saying it in
thinking
a
of-
nice way.
No, you're thinking of it of people who are like, "Hey, I got Netflix. You want to share it with the neighbor and share it with my coworker and share it with my toilet buddy?"
Why
no.
do they have to talk like that? And who's got a toilet buddy?
You don't have.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. No, they're talking about it in a way where it's like I have a profile with, for example, I have a profile with my girlfriend. Whoops, we broke up. I'm just gonna keep using, even though I hate this woman. I'm gonna keep using her profile because I want to keep my movies and save stuff. They're like, oh, you don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You can migrate your profile onto a new account. They're just giving you like they're trying to get rid of reasons why someone might try to legitimately say
That's why I
they
said
haven't
they're
been.
trying to do it in a nice way to say you better get your own account and fix this because we're going to start policing it.
No, I don't think that's it.
Okay, we have this on tape.
Yeah.
When it comes to fruition.
Every time Biko did that, he regretted it.
I'm not Biko.
Every time.
I'm Biko's mom.
Every time Biko did it, he regretted it. When he did the
I'm
Elden
Biko's
Ring.
mom.
Oh no! Those are
I'm not gonna
multiplayer.
do
Those
no
are
monkey
shovings.
do-do-do-do.
It
I'm
was-
just
he was
telling
wrong.
you, they're setting it up. I'm not worried because I'm
No,
not
we
doing
know they're
anything.
setting it up. I'm
Right.
just saying that this particular thing, which I did not want to talk about for this long,
I know.
which is not that interesting, is not about like that.
Okay. We'll talk about it. And we won't talk about Bruno.
What, Mom? What is that? What are you talking
It
about?
just felt good to say because you said we wouldn't talk about it. Hey.
Okay, it's Mom's movie time. I don't know what she was
What
talking
was
about
that?
before.
That's not my movie music.
That's your new one.
Did you throw the other one out?
Yes.
No.
Oh, you like it, huh?
Put it back. Better in that clip. Yeah, I'll take them. Two.
This is Mom's Movie Corner.
That's what I'm talking
Starring Mom.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
It is Mom's movie time. Time to review a movie.
What movie do we have this time?
Oh, you know what we have? Black Jake. Black Adam. Black Adam. I got it right. Black Adam. A wonderful story of Wakanda. Or was that Kondak?
Not all movies with black-looking people.
Well, it
set in
sounded
Wakanda.
like Wakanda, Kondak. And it was a really... Okay, so I got online to see what people thought. People, real people, enjoyed the movie. Critics didn't.
Okay.
So, I'll say this. You have to beep this later. Beep the critics. That's not a beep, but beep the critics. Shame on them.
Why do you say beep? You're an adult.
I don't want to say the F word.
Make a new one like I do. Like
Forage the critics. Oh,
sure,
yeah.
but that's a real word, so it kind of confusing.
Oh, all right. Well, forget the critics. So
There
it
you
looks
go.
like there's like high numbers on Rotten Tomatoes. There's some disagreement about it. I don't know about the 90% high ratings.
What was that? Your synopsis of the movie? It's about
I
a guy in
haven't
Wakanda.
finished. I haven't
Okay,
finished.
okay. Sorry,
No,
go ahead.
it's an awesome story about a comic book character, of course, Black Adam. He wasn't called that at first, but this guy, I don't want to tell the story because you'll ruin a movie for those who haven't seen it, but it's really exciting. It's about stuff that happened 5,000 years ago, and then it comes into present day, like that's. But of course you have Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, playing the main character, Black Adam, and when he made his appearance as Black Adam for the first time, it was magnificent. It was a moment to remember. He was like, you remember the Terminator when he came
Yeah,
to
when
Earth?
he- naked.
Yeah, it was one of those moments when Arnie was butt naked with all those muscles bristling on the ground, except Black Adam had a cape.
He had more than a cape. He didn't just have
He
a
had
cape.
his
He had
suit
a
and his cape, but all
bodysuit.
you could see was his cape
Yeah, okay.
and his face, part of his face, right?
Hmm.
But it was so, it looked like a comic book picture, you know? It was really awesome.
Yeah, I think the imagery in the
I
movie
loved
is really
it.
good.
I loved what they did. And then he went to work. He went to work right away. I won't say what he did, but I will say,
You can say a little of what he did.
okay, I like that he flew. I like that he, most of all, floated. That was some bad ass
Yeah, he
stuff.
rarely walked in the movie.
He
True.
didn't walk. He floated. I think that was an ego thing, kind of like Superman.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Superman does walk. I mean, he spends half his life as Clark Kent.
Yeah, but Black Adam doesn't walk. He floats. I love it. He floats everywhere. It's like he's above the masses. He's above the fray, you know? So it's kind of interesting.
What did you think of the costume?
Oh, that was an awesome costume.
It is.
It was
It is black.
Wakanda like now, but it was awesome. I like that he wasn't invincible, kind of, you know, that
Okay.
he could be hurt. Um, you know, he's immortal while he's Black Adam, but he can be hurt. I like that because it's like, who believes that no one can ever get hurt? But they were throwing some stuff at him, and he was like ducking and dodging because he moved like the speed of light. Who does that remind you of?
Superman.
Superman. Okay. So,
Well, do you? Okay, go ahead. We'll talk about it.
okay.
after.
There was one part in the movie that gave me heebie jeebies, and another part in the movie where I know what I knew, but I wouldn't admit to myself I knew it. So, which part do you want to hear first? I know what I knew or the heebie jeebies?
Give me the heebie-jeebies.
Skinny Rock. That was
Skinny Rock,
the
okay.
heebie jeebies. So, when they portrayed the
So,
Rock.
a little spoilers here, so
Yeah,
not like
sorry.
major stuff.
But it's at one point they showed The Rock as thin just
before
a-
the powers,
before
right?
he got his powers,
Or without the
regular
powers.
guy. He was a regular guy, and it just gave me like I felt like spiders were crawling on my back. I'm like, who is that? I've never seen The Rock without muscles. I mean, he has muscles in his head, in his ears, in his eyeballs, in his eyebrows, but ugh, it was just a cringy moment when they'd show him like that. But it reminded me too of Captain America, Chris Evans, when they made him really
Where he was skinny at the beginning of the movie. Yeah.
I was like, can we get past that part? Because we know this is not the guy. Shout out to director Kwame Kole Sarah. I hope I pronounced that right. Because they did a really great job directing, and whoever the editor was, I didn't take note. I did like Cyclone, Tessa Swindell did a great job.
One thing I liked about the movie, I saw the movie too. One thing I liked about the movie is I feel like DC has been doing kind of a bad job of only focusing on the big three, and then at the same time not wanting to give you the big three, like
Right.
Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman,
Superman.
and then I guess big four, Aquaman.
Yeah.
But it seems like they don't really want to give you any of the big three. So Superman, we have one Superman movie out of this universe.
Yeah, because that was
One. And that was 2008 or something.
Yeah, and it's like
We have no Batman movies. And there are no Batman movies in this universe of Batman.
we just saw Batman not too long
That
ago.
Batman movie we just saw was because Ben Affleck, he was supposed to have a Batman movie with his Batman. And he never did it because he became an alcoholic and he had to, he pulled back from acting. So they kind of not threw that movie together, but that movie was like a emergency
The
movie.
one with the vampire guy?
Yeah.
Really?
That was like an emergency movie. Like, what are we gonna do?
Oh.
This slot is gone.
They did a
And
good
somebody
job.
came up, said, "I got a Batman movie."
Did a
for
good
you."
job.
Yeah,
Maybe
he-
Ben didn't need to do that again.
Well,
He was not a good
rest in peace,
Batman.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
But
Let's get back to Black
what
Adam.
what I was saying is, I like that they brought in heroes from DC that aren't in the top echelon, like Cyclone.
Hawkman,
I don't think I've
Cyclone.
read a comic with Cyclone, except for like once maybe.
Yeah.
Atom Smasher.
Adam Smasher.
I think they're kind of going the same route as Suicide Squad,
Mhm.
who they introduce
Mhm.
a lot of these weird characters so they can kill them
Yeah.
off. But
Was that Dr.
Hawkman,
Fate and Hawkman?
I would
Yeah.
love Dr.
I
Fate in
did
the movie.
too.
Dr. Fate is
He was
one
so
of my
smooth.
favorites. He's the Doctor Strange of DC,
Yeah.
essentially. But
exactly.
I think he's way cooler. He's super
Way
cool.
cooler. I like when he sit back and
He just do his thing.
yeah, but he just watch him sometimes.
Oh yeah,
Go,
yeah, yeah.
go ahead.
And then
Wait till you're dead.
Hawkman. I like that Hawkman's
Oh,
there.
he did a great job.
Yeah, and they just I like that they had other heroes in there that weren't just. Apparently, that was The Rock's idea.
Oh,
It,
was it?
yeah, he's been trying to make this movie for like 15 years.
Yeah. Before you lose all that muscle mass. Because
Maybe
he filled in that suit. I'm telling you. It was like
yes.
chiseled rock, you know?
He said they had to redo the suit because first time they made the suit, they put padding in it,
Oh, come on.
and
For the rock.
it looked silly, I guess. So, yeah,
It
right.
did. But
Um,
it didn't look silly.
okay, besides you having the hots for The Rock, what else?
I don't have
the
the house
movie?
for the rock, but I can appreciate that he didn't have padding. Because I know all the Batmans and everybody else has padding. And he
Right.
just filled in that suit.
True.
That's what a superhero does. So he pulled that out. Remember I said before in
Action heroes, yeah.
action heroes, why can't they be The Rock? Why can't they be Vin Diesel? They're built for it.
True.
You know? So that just proved my point. But I just wanted to say I really love Cyclops. I loved her little style, you know?
Cyclone.
Cyclone. And
Yeah, how they visualize her powers is kind of neat.
and it was really great. They did a good job with. This was a good movie. I mean,
I think
I really
it might be
enjoyed
the
it.
best DC. I mean, if you know, you got Aquaman, the Batman versus Superman, Man of Steel, Justice League, Wonder Woman 1 and 2. This has to be like the best one or next. Like there are only 3 good ones. I'd say this movie,
The most
Batman,
recent one.
and people like Shazam. I wasn't a big fan of Shazam, but it's not like a bad movie. So I'd
Well,
say those
that's
3.
where I got a little thrown.
Okay.
But that wasn't
The
the
Shazam trailers right before the movie
right.
starts.
And I'm like, so then if he says Shazam,
So Shazam, do you remember? You probably saw him in the Shazam trailer,
Right.
and he was in a little bit in this movie when the wizards give the kid the power,
right?
and
So that's the wizards doing.
no, the
Oh.
one wizard, the one that's left,
The same wizard, the black
that's
guy.
the same wizard.
Yeah.
Black Adam killed all the other ones,
Right.
and there's the one left in Shazam. That's
Okay.
they call his name to get the powers that he
Okay.
bestowed upon them.
I got it. That brings it together for me. So there was a moment. I'm not going to give it away because it would be a spoiler. Because it was intended.
They may have changed that, but that should be. Yeah, go ahead.
They intended it to be like, oh, an aha moment. But I caught it when it happened. And I can't say what it was because it was pre Black Adam. What did they call him before?
Teth.
Teth Adam. But no, I don't mean his regular name. I mean the hero. They called him something because
The
he
hero of
didn't
Kandar?
choose his name right away. What was it?
Who? What are you talking about?
Black Adam.
What about him?
He wasn't Black Adam till he named himself.
Well, his name was Teth Adam. That was his name.
Oh, they would just call him Teth Adam.
Yeah, that was his
Oh,
name.
okay. We'll talk about that later because
What?
I don't want to. If I say something, it'll really spoil it. So okay, but I figured something out earlier, and I'll talk about it another time.
Okay.
And
Why not just
then
talk about it now?
no, because it's intended to be like a in the movie. It was the only there was.
Okay.
I don't want to give it away.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I was wrong about the Shazam thing. Shazam.
So you
Is
just
no-
made it up? You
No, it
just-
used to be the wizard's name.
Oh.
It's no longer the wizard's name. It stands for Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury because that's where the powers of the god come from. Right.
Okay. But I just wanted to say, awesome movie. Loved all the characters. I love the fact that it made sense why he listened to the woman,
Okay. Yeah.
you know, and everything just fit together well. And it was great. I mean, the visuals, the videography, storyline, everything just fit really well together. And the action was awesome.
Did you know about Black Jake before the movie? That character.
I had an inkling. I just didn't remember. You know, before you had comic books, that was my childhood hobby. I would save my money to go to the corner store. I would buy comics. Now, mind you, they might be Archie and Betty, but then they started getting into what is his
X-Men
name?
and
No, what is his name? That was later.
the horror stuff.
He was the barbarian Conan.
Conan.
Oh yeah, that was my man. Now see, Vin or Rock could have played him.
They did.
Did they?
Jason Momoa was Conan.
No. Rock
What's wrong with
or Vin
Momoa?
Diesel. He's good. He's Aquaman. He's bring Vin or Rock.
Okay,
to
Vin
play
Diesel has
these
no hair.
characters.
Conan has hair. Okay,
They
Rock
got
also
wigs.
has no hair. We saw Rock with the wig. You remember Scorpion King? The Mummy 3? We did it twice. It was worse the second time. We're not gonna give him hair again.
Okay, never mind.
All right, Momoa was fine as Conan. That Conan wasn't a great movie. It wasn't very Conan.
I didn't
as
even
him.
know they made a movie
You
with him.
watched it.
I watched it.
You watched it. Yeah, you did.
Tells you.
Well, in the comics, Shazam, of course, his opposite, right, is Black Adam. I guess in the past, like, 10, 15 years, they've changed Black Adam. Black Adam used to be bad guy.
Yeah,
Like,
really,
straight
really
bad guy.
Yeah.
He was an old man. In instead of the story in the movie, he was an old man. He killed somebody else for those powers. He doesn't ever change back, because if he changed back, he's so old he'll die. Right? And he's just
He's immortal while he's Black Adam.
right. And then he wants to take Shazam's powers so Shazam is a weird name. That's not the character's name. Is not Shazam, but everybody says Shazam or calls him Billy, his name, because his actual name is Captain Marvel. And guess who doesn't like somebody else being called Captain Marvel? Marvel. So there's a
Marvel, yeah.
lawsuit. So that's why you will always see some kind of Captain Marvel from Marvel, because if they don't use the name Captain Marvel, then DC will be able to use that name again. But the character's name is Captain Marvel, and you have Black Adam. It's not Shazam and Black, because everyone says Shazam. You can't say you can't call the guy Shazam.
Movie. He had the same lightning bolt.
Yeah, they get the same suit, same powers, same god.
It just looks better on Black Adam.
It does. It is a cooler suit.
That floating thing just got me.
I hope they fight.
He did
They
this floating thing, and when he'd do it, it's not like he's just standing there. He'd have his leg cocked a little circle. And it's like,
So-
is that cool floating or what?
We have to get into spoiler territory, so like skip ahead 10 minutes or whatever.
Oh,
What about the last scene of the movie? What do you think about that? After the credits.
oh, that was interesting.
Huh?
I'm excited.
I
for
tell
that.
people to skip ahead, so you can talk about it.
Oh, well, I wasn't surprised who came to see him.
Why not?
I don't know, because I so equated him. Can I say who?
Yeah.
Oh, I so equated him with Superman because his powers are so super, and the floating thing, I really did. And he could fly and all that stuff. And so when they said that we have to fix this guy, and I'm like, who can they possibly send? There's no. I go, there's Superman, and
And
who
he
walks
flies
in?
out, yeah.
Superman, and he's like, hey, dude, can we talk? And he's like, hell no, I'm gonna kick your butt.
Well, also, I mean, they could have also sent Shazam. I think they could have, because I mean, Black Adam's they are the Batman and Joker, right? Superman and Death's what's the guy with the rocks and all that? Lex Luthor.
Lex
right?
Luthor. Mm-hmm.
Superman has a lot of them, but Shazam, Black Adam, that's what they are.
Okay. But they
I
said,
think recently you don't see as much Shazam outside of like the movie, only because of the naming
Marvel
issue,
thing, yeah.
and it is really hard. Do you call him Shazam in the comics? They only recently started saying that, and it still sounds stupid.
it sounds stupid.
Because he can't even say who he is, because he'll get shot by lightning and turn back into a boy. it's really a predicament, right?
And
So he'll show up. He's in stuff.
right. But
They-
it seems like he's such an unwilling character.
like a what?
Like he doesn't want the power or
Well, the whole point of Shazam, the reason he was made, Captain Marvel was made, was because at the time, all the heroes were these not old, but adult men. You had Batman,
right.
Superman, and they're doing stuff, and kids weren't reading as much. So what does Batman do? They introduce Robin. What does Superman do? They introduce Superboy and Superdog and whatever.
Supergirl.
And what another company did was to make Captain Marvel. He is a boy who can get the powers to be like Superman. Is essentially the draw there. So like part of the character is he's a kid and he doesn't want to be he wants to be a superhero because what
But he
kid
wants to
doesn't,
be a
but
kid.
also he wants to be a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad they sent Superman in.
I rather Superman than Shazam in the final scene thing, but I do want to see them fight.
Okay.
I just think the actor for Shazam probably hasn't signed on.
Who
for
do
a
you
third
think will
film.
win?
Between Shazam and Black Adam? Usually how those fights always go is one of them, it's usually Shazam, grabs the other one, yells Shazam, the lightning hits the one that's being chokeholded or something, and they turn regular, and then the other person wins. And that's basically how their fights go, because they're equal power.
Am I still working? Because
Yeah,
something
you're
went.
still working. You're fine. Yeah, that's usually how the fights go. Like they fight. Somebody tries to get someone else in a bear hug and say Shazam. The lightning comes down, hits the other person. They turn into.
Well, in that fight, you know what happens, right? You say Shazam, they both lose power.
No, not if the lightning doesn't hit you, it doesn't happen.
Huh?
So every time they scream Shazam, the lightning, the power comes from the sky and hits them.
It doesn't take the power away.
It doesn't either. If you are
Right, but I'm saying if they're in a fight,
yeah,
as the wonderful heroes that they are,
Mhm.
and somebody says Shazam, then they both
no.
one turns into a boy, one
No.
turns into a
You're
skinny
you're
rock.
like no. It's not. They don't have to be on and off at the same time. So okay, Shazam's on the left, Black Adam's on the right.
Gotcha.
They're fighting, punch,
Boom, boom.
kick, right? Shazam gets Black Adam in a bear hold.
Yeah.
Okay, he screams Shazam. The lightning comes down. Because he's in a bear hold, it hits Black Adam first. Black Adam will turn into his regular self, and Shazam will still be Shazam.
I thought they had to say it themselves.
No, but the power is the same thing. It's from the same source.
Right.
So whoever it hits is who it affects. Or if it doesn't hit, if you yell Shazam and dodge the lightning,
Yeah, I
if it
just
doesn't
thought if
hit
you
you,
say Shazam, it's it. They go.
no, it's if you watch the movie, it's always lightning comes from the sky.
Watched it. I guess I missed that part.
Yeah, that's part of the thing. They'll even use it as like an attack. They'll yell Shazam and move, and the lightning
Right.
will hit where they were.
Okay. Okay, well,
Okay,
that's my review. Awesome movie. I'd see it again. Probably will.
Okay, I'm glad you liked it.
This is Mom's Movie Corner, starring Mom.
I'm happy. I think the biggest part of the last scene is that the actor is returning. I think that's what everybody was
Yes,
glad
I
about.
was happy
Because
to see
no
that.
one knew.
No. And when I saw the face, I started smiling.
And he had the curl. Who doesn't love that?
Super curl.
All right, no more Black Adam. So not a lot of news today. Actually, I wouldn't even call this news plural. I would
Well,
call it
it's
just
a-
news. Number one.
Yeah, let the music play. Okay. You gotta see this as a follow-up.
Yeah, it's a follow up to a story we did. Was it last week or the week?
Couple of
Last
weeks
week.
ago.
I think it was last week.
But just like we did the poker follow-up.
There's a follow up there too. Well, the guy being accused. Oh, not the poker, the chess. Remember the chess? They thought he had anal
we didn't
beads or
do that
something.
one. Yeah.
Well, anyway, he's suing for $100 million from the guy
yeah,
who
yeah.
accused him. Yeah.
Yeah. Good for him.
Well, that's one news. Number two. There we go. Number two.
Bayonettas.
So we talked about last week the original actress for Bayonetta, Helena. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting the name. Helena Taylor. Said she was undershot the deal. They only offered her $4,000. They came out and said no. We offered her 3 to 4 per session, at least 5 sessions, and then we offered her a role, like a guest role in the game for $4,000. And she's come out to say her statement's kind of weird because it says yes, that 4,000 offer is what I was talking about, but no, I'm not a liar, because she says that they originally offered her 5,000 for 2 sessions, and she wrote to the director, the guy who got kicked off Twitter a little bit, and because he thought she thought he would be sympathetic, and the offer went up another $5,000, and she declined that, and she says she requested a living wage for it. I don't know what that means because she didn't give any details about the negotiations.
Well, it says she asked for $650.
That's what the report coming from people who know the deal say. She says she didn't ask for two. She said she saw numbers like 250,000 and she would never ask for that. Whatever. I think if this were me, if I don't know, companies do whatever. Release whatever talk you had.
Whatever what?
If the company is saying that I'm lying about what I'm saying, release what you talked about. It's got to be emails. It's not like she was just talking to these people over the phone, right? She wrote this letter in Japanese to Kamiya. Release the letter.
Right.
Release the emails. And if because at this point it's past like the boycott thing,
right?
And
Someone else
now we're just besmirching each other,
right? Someone else is voicing Bayonetta.
Well, not just that, but now the company's saying I'm a liar, which will ruin my career, and I'm saying they're liars, which affects their game, right? So somebody should just release the correspondence.
Release the Kraken.
It's just silly. I don't like all the statements and I never asked for 250,000. What did you ask for?
Yeah, the back and forth kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's silly. Anyway, the game came out. People love it. They hate the ending to the game. I don't know what that means, as I haven't played the game. It probably won't play the game because it's only on the Switch. I don't have a Switch. But people like the game.
Good deal.
They also have no problem with the new voice either.
That's not good for her.
Well, I don't think she was going to win any prizes asking people to boycott this game. You know, because first of all, people aren't going to. I can't think of one game people boycotted for any of these like morally signifier type of reasons. People boycott games, but it's usually because like it's fun to boycott a game or a movie or something. Like it's like the trend to do. But it was a lose-lose anyway.
Well, speaking of games, we played a new game this week.
We did. Did you like it?
Learning.
Tell us about it.
It's Marvel Snap.
Marvel Snap. It's a mobile game. It's a card game based on Marvel characters. So all the cards have Marvel characters and things on them. And if you like card games, I think even if you don't like card games,
yeah, it's fun.
And it's like a card battle game, not like a Monopoly or Uno or something. It's a card battle game. I think it's really fun.
It's fun.
It's easy to like. It's fast. The games don't last more than like a minute or two.
A couple of minutes.
There's not. I mean, I guess later on you'll see you can pay to get like in the store. You can get bars, but you don't have to pay anything. I haven't paid a dime. I've played it.
Yeah, you played more than I have, but
yeah,
I don't pay games. If I can download it free, that's what it should stay. So when it comes to something like this, there's no way. You know how many chickens I have
Yeah,
without
I know.
paying a dime?
I know.
Okay.
Anyway,
So I
so
like it. I like the cards have value. It has the Marvel heroes and villains, and it's easy. If I can, you know, do it.
it's very easy compared to like other card games I've seen where you have to like. One thing I don't like about other card games is they'll give you, so for your deck you have a certain amount of points you have to fill and not fill to.
Right.
Or I like that you can put any of the
You
cards
can,
in.
yeah,
If you want it,
create
you
your
can put
own.
all the highest number cards in there and play that way if you want. You're not gonna win, but you could do that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I also like that, you know, it's so fast and quick. You have 3 spots, essentially 3 locations. Each location you can play 4 cards maximum, and every turn the locations reveal a different kind of map, and the maps change the game
They
and how they
change,
work.
right? That's what keeps
And
it
some of them
fun.
get real fun. On the weekend, they have a special one where it's you're more likely to get that type. Last weekend, it was if you play a card here, that same card will be cloned onto another location.
Ooh, that's cool.
So eventually, you just play all your best cards in one spot to get them all across. It's pretty fun. I really like
So
it.
have you been winning?
So up from level 0 all the way to like 25, 26, I was dominating. And I think that's because a lot of people there knew. There probably a lot of
Right.
bots. But once you get like after level 25, 26, it's 100% humans you're playing against. And people have different cards that you have or haven't seen. So the way the game works, you know when you upgrade a card, it has like a star. You're
Right.
like level 1 or something. From level 1 to 240 is one pool of cards.
Okay.
Once you get past that, you'll get to a new pool of cards. Where there'll be more cards you'll see. Right now, I'm still in the first pool, but I still see new cards all the time. And it's pretty fun, like trying to figure out what your opponents have and don't have, and okay, if they have this, they can beat me here or here. You have to win 2 out of the 3 spots, but it's a real fun game. It's an easy one to kind of sit down when you have a minute or two, pop
Yeah.
it open. It gets you games fast. You don't wait long. Maybe like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, you're in a game. And then if you lose cubes. So what you play for is cubes. If you lose cubes. If you win the cubes. And eventually, after you get past level 10, you're able to gamble cubes. So if you think you're gonna win, you can snap the cube, which essentially doubles it, and every turn it doubles. So if you snap the cube, now instead of winning or losing 1 cube, you'll win or lose 2. And the more turns there are, so if there are 3 more turns, it'll get up to 6 or something. But if the other person snaps, it even doubles after that. So you can only snap at a certain time, but you can get up to 8 or lose up to 8 cubes per match. And it takes eventually 10 to go up. So it's fun. I like it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Even me.
Yeah. Mom's losing her energy. What's going on?
It's been a long week. It's a busy week for me.
Okay. So I'm guessing that means you're not playing games today then.
So that's what it means.
Oh my god.
I swear I will play games with you this weekend.
All right. Well, that's been the episode today. Thanks for listening to the Super Chevy Brothers podcast.
And we do appreciate everyone listening.
You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube at Super Chevy Bros. You can find us any and everywhere as far as podcasts are concerned. And we have live shows. It's every Wednesday where we do the podcast live. Thanks for listening. Anything to say?
Yeah, I'm going to get rid of my Twitter account.
Why?
Elon. I think he's going to buy
Oh my god. Who cares? Why do you care?
Because he's going to musk it up.
So what?
Well, let me see what he does.
What?
There's a trend. People are gonna start getting rid of their Twitter again. I don't
See-
use it anyway.
Here's the thing. All right. You can't. Let's say this is an ideological difference, right? In how things should be. Isn't that why you would leave?
I don't care.
Okay. Well, why
I just
anyone?
wanted to make an announcement. I
Okay,
don't want
sure.
anybody looking me up on my Twitter.
Why people are saying they'll leave is essentially ideological differences.
I don't care.
Okay, but why would you leave the space and forfeit whatever you apparently hold so much passion toward? It doesn't make sense.
Because then you're giving up your ideology.
What?
Make up what you want it to be.
What are you saying right now?
Be your own Twitter person.
What does that mean if you leave?
I'm just saying, why leave?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, then we agree. I'm not leaving.
Goodbye. Super Shaver Brothers Podcast.